And next thing you know, you're bringing all your toxicity into your new relationship and your partner's wondering what they did wrong. Millennial dating sucks on every continent. It just comes in different accents. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra and ich bin deine Lieblingsausländer, coming back to you with another video. Do you have a terrible love life? Do you hate dating? I hate it too. I'm gonna make a few videos talking about dating, and I'm gonna make one more specifically talking about dating in Germany, but I feel like I have to add that disclaimer to every video. I hate dating, not love. I love love. I think the idea of being in a happy, healthy, and committed relationship is beautiful. So when I say dating, I'm talking about everything that leads up to that. Everything that leads up to making that relationship official. And I hate it because it's just so unnecessarily complicated. But it's unnecessarily complicated for a few reasons, and I'm gonna get into some of those today. Second disclaimer, I love Valentine's Day, and I didn't wanna have too much love bashing too close to Valentine's Day. So next week when I talk about dating in Germany, it'll be a little more lighthearted, but for now, we're gonna be trashing millennial dating because it's an absolute train wreck. So before we get started, make sure you click that like button and make sure you click that subscribe button for more great content. Now let's get into it. I've broken down the horrors of millennial dating into 5 main culprits. The first is hookup culture. Now, I'm a fan of letting people do whatever they want, letting people do whatever makes them happy. I think hookup culture can be very liberating. If you don't want a relationship and you just want something casual, you can easily get it these days. But the problem is that hookup culture is starting to completely eclipse millennial dating to the point where if you want a relationship, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. There are people out there, plenty of people out there who want something serious, but it seems like so many people are so scared to get hurt to the point where they don't want to commit. And it seems like it's always the people who do want to commit who get matched up with the people who don't want to commit. So everybody kind of gets stuck in this hookup culture whether they want to be there or not. Another thing about millennial dating culture is that it's a game that nobody wants to lose. How do you lose, you may ask? By caring more. The person who cares the most is always the person that loses. Because once you show that you care the most, you give up all of your leverage. That person now knows every card that you have out on the table, and they are free to either accept or reject your affection, or string you along, or whatever it is that they choose to do with that affection. So when you have two people who are both trying not to lose, who are both trying not to look too desperate, too thirsty, too whatever, then you never really get to the core of what either of you is feeling, if either of you is feeling something. This is another case of people being scared to put themselves out there because they're scared to get hurt. It just reminds me how so many people are just afraid to be direct. It's the same thing with ghosting. Like, we ghost because we're afraid to just directly say to people, I'm not interested in you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. This is not going anywhere. It's like we just can't just say that. That's too easy. So we ghost. I think if a lot more of us were just direct about our intentions and our feelings, maybe we could get somewhere. This being scared thing is really making millennial dating the absolute dumpster fire that it is. The next trope of millennial dating culture is lack of self-awareness. People are so unaware of both the strengths and the weaknesses that they bring. So when you're not aware of your strengths, you're not showing the person all that you have to offer, you're not highlighting the best parts of yourself. And that's really what keeps people from developing substantial relationships. And then in terms of weaknesses, a lot of people are not aware of the baggage that they bring from their previous relationship, the baggage that they bring from their childhoods, from their own mental turmoil. And they don't think about that when they come into the next relationship. A lot of us like to think when we start dating someone new that our ex was the problem, and our ex was crazy, and our ex was a cheater, and our ex was a liar. While all those things might be true, we do also need to reflect on the things that we did wrong. And when you're not aware of the things that you did wrong and you go into something without those things at the forefront and thinking about how you want to change them, it's just baggage on top of baggage on top of baggage. And next thing you know, you're bringing all your toxicity into your new relationship and your partner's wondering what they did wrong. But it's you didn't have self-awareness before you started this thing. You didn't know what your problems were. The next trope of millennial dating culture is we are a culture of hopeless romantics. So through all of the commitment phobia and all of that stuff, we still are fed all of these things through social media, through movies and other kinds of media. that show us the perfect idea of love. We have this notion that if we don't get 100 roses, or if we don't have the perfect partner, then it's not love, or it's not good enough. And I think this idolization of love and romance is particularly dangerous. I'm guilty of it. I am a self-proclaimed hopeless romantic, but it's something that I'm trying to slowly pull away from. That really stops you from truly liking and loving somebody as a person, and really just traps you in this box of liking the idea of them or what they can possibly do for you. And I think the easiest solution is to just take everything with a grain of salt. Like, not every perfect looking couple that you see is perfect. Not every couple that's couple goals is perfect. They fight just like you and your partner do. They have drama just like you and your partner do. People really want to sell this idea of love because they know that's what others want and it gets people's attention. But honestly, if we just saw our partners more as people first, then we could eliminate a lot of that in the beginning, because we just end up holding people to this impossible standard that's literally created for our entertainment. The last trope of millennial dating is that we always want something better. You're always going to be looking for something better than what you have. And the reason for that is that there are so many options. Sometimes there are too many options. Just look at dating apps, for example. You get on an app and you can just swipe or click and you can go through all these different people that are so close to you. And you're just like, well, why would I stop here? I can just keep going and keep looking for somebody who suits me better. This is more of a thing in American dating culture because we're really big on dating multiple people at the same time and keeping our options open. But what if your options are just too open? You know? And there's a such thing as too many options. And honestly, I don't even think we know what the better is that we're waiting for actually looks like. Because like I said, this perfect relationship that we're idealizing and that we're putting on a pedestal is not really real. It's created for your entertainment. So what is really that better that you're looking for? I mean, at the very minimum, you should find someone who likes you and likes themselves and doesn't have any behaviors that you consider destructive. That's a good start. But this whole notion of, what if I'm missing out? What if there's something better out there? What if you're missing out on the thing that's right in front of you because you keep looking for something else? Just a thought. On a positive note, I recently discovered that divorce rates have been declining for the last 20 years. Maybe it's because the cost of housing and childcare is rising. I don't know. But I think that might be a positive sign that people are learning how to love each other and how to respect and understand their partner. I don't know, but that would make me so happy because, like I said, love, but I hate dating. So yes, that is why dating sucks. I mean, there is hope out there. I don't want to be completely gloomy, but it does involve getting over some hurdles first. So stay tuned for part 2, where I'll be talking specifically about what it's like to date in Germany, because people always want to know the difference between dating in the US and dating in Germany. Spoiler alert, millennial dating sucks on every continent. It just comes in different accents. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.